All right, it's a beautiful Friday night, and I want to go ahead and talk about this finally before we head into the weekend because I saw this yesterday, and this thought occurred to me today. So HBO is canceling Real Sports with Brian Gumble. You know, he used to do investigative reporting, talk about real hard-hitting stories. This comes off the heels of them canceling Game Theory, Bomani Jones's show, which was kind of like a last week tonight for sports. And it got me thinking, what do these two things have in common? Well, they had black, hosts talking sports, but I don't even think this is a race thing. I think more than anything, I just don't think that fans are here for hard-hitting journalism when it comes to sports. I think sports, they just want to enjoy themselves. I think, and one of my favorite sayings is, I don't give a fuck, and it's not because the word fuck, but it quantifies fuck. I think someone told me that this was written in another book as well, like the Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, that they talk about this. But you only have so many fucks to give. You only have so many things that you can care about discreetly, and intently, and really focus in on. And in this social media era, there's all these causes that are brought to your attention, the suffering of people around the world that's brought to your attention. And when someone wants to bring you hard-hitting journalism in sports and tries to tell you that something is unfair in sports, I think that people are they're too exhausted to do that. Like, I think with sports just in general, one thing you need is immediacy. Like, I know posting these videos, one of the things that I found is successful, if something breaks, post your video immediately. That's when people are interested in it. People are not really interested in long form comment about things that happened 7 days ago when you are talking about sports. And real sports, and Bomani Jones was at a disadvantage of that because, this shows came on Sunday. People had already moved on to whatever they moved on to. That's one. And then two, people just want to enjoy their sports. They don't want hard-hitting stuff, like I said earlier. They don't want to hear that, it's unfair to these kids that, Deion Sanders came in and did the transfer portal. Nobody really cares about that. What people care about is, give me my sports, give me my analysis, give me my debate on topics, and that's it. So I think that this was acknowledgement by HBO, just in general in sports, that nobody's here for hard-hitting conversation. ESPN used to have, daily Outside the Lines. They don't have that daily anymore. ESPN used to do every Sunday sports reporters where they try to talk, in more serious ways. They don't do that anymore. Dan Le Batard has decried like the death of journalism. And again, I don't think that this has to do with race or anything. I think the ratings are never going to be there because no one really wants to hear this type of stuff for sports. All right, let me know what you think. Leave me a comment, subscribe, and as always, the game is the game.